Hello, my name is Iveoma. Long time no see. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. So pretty much this video is to explain my absence. You know, I've actually filmed this video about 4 times. Each of the 4 times I got dressed up. Like, I at least wore a lipstick and some eyeliner, you know. But I just, each time the audio was messed up. And I forget, like, if you don't, I was always creating videos before consistently, so I always knew how to pop it out really fast, but this break has kind of affected my agility and speed. But anyway, so you're getting my plain face today. Okay, so here's the thing. For the past couple months, actually I would say for about 7-8 months, I've actually been losing motivation and not really caring that much about the Iveoma Media brand. In all honesty, if you guys have noticed, I haven't been active on any social media platform, and it's because of 2 reasons, right? I started getting into this negative spiral of like comparing myself to my peers, right? So the majority of my friends are doctors, lawyers, engineers, software developers, right? They either have a 9-to-5 or maybe they're doing entrepreneurship. And I feel like, you know, the 9-to-5ers are making a lot of money. But like, my friends who are entrepreneurs, I started seeing like, okay, they started their thing the same time I started my YouTube channel, but they have a Benz. You know, like, what the heck? They started, you know, like, this is some of the things I would say to myself, like, she started the same time or the same year I started doing YouTube, and she has 3 factories in Ogun State. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's quite negative because, to be honest, I actually never compare myself. I'm telling you, this is like the first year I've ever sat down and compared myself to others. I've never done that. And I think that's why I'm always able to celebrate others, and because I look at other people, I'm like, oh yeah, your journey is completely different than mine. You know, God has a different path for everybody, so it didn't make sense to me before to compare myself. But I don't know what happened this year. I started comparing, and as you guys know, so sorry for the shakiness. So I started like comparing myself, and then I started like regretting some of the decisions I've made. So for example, like, I should have came to Nigeria right after law school, right? I definitely do not regret moving to Nigeria. I think it's the best thing I've ever done. But I think I should have moved earlier, right? I regret the time period I moved back in. And I started regretting, like, why did I even go to law school? Why didn't I do business? You know, like things like that are just what? Like, why are you regretting that? It is what it is, you know? So stuff like that. So I started like regretting and comparing, and I found myself lacking. So I was in the spirit of lack, is the only thing I can tell you that I was. Let me switch my hand, it's getting a little tired. So I was in this like spirit of lack. I felt less than, and I felt like I was lacking. And honestly, in that kind of spirit, I can't create things, you know. And the crazy thing is, I actually did a ton of videos. Like, I have videos done that I just need to upload, but I just couldn't be bothered, you know. So here's the thing. So when I was getting in that spiral for the past couple of months, I was even thinking like, okay, just close this brand down, like close it down, because at the end of the day, you are always going to make investments in Nigeria. Just make quiet investments, travel around, make quiet investments in the businesses you believe in. Maybe go into food processing, open a little factory, call it a day. That's it. You would have a wonderful life in just a couple years. You know what I'm saying? Like, you would be back on path. So because I started thinking like this YouTube channel was a really bad decision to start. I don't even know why I got that thought. I was just thinking it was held me back from really trying to do other things that maybe would have been more profitable and would have made more business sense. So let me switch my hand again. So that is what I was thinking. So negative spiral, negative thinking, and constantly thinking that my YouTube channel was a mistake. This constantly, like, in that I can't create, I can't do anything, right? So I had to sit back and think, like, okay, what would you actually do? Do you really want, instead of me going this back and forth all year, let me just make a decision. So the decision is I'm keeping the YouTube channel open, but I was able to make that decision because I actually identified the actual problem, right? So it wasn't the comparison is quite negative, you know, comparison is the thief of joy. But I really started sitting down. I was like, actually, I actually really like my life in Nigeria. What is it that I don't like? And then I kind of wrote down the things that I felt like I needed to change. And I realized that in a conversation I had with a friend, two things. One, I was producing a lot of stuff, but I wasn't selling, right? I wasn't pitching Iveoma Media really offline. I wasn't doing a lot of things to get me where I felt like I needed to be. So then I started doing that. There's a lot of stuff happening behind the scenes now, but like things are coming together. I started doing that and people immediately understood what my channel was about. It made perfect sense. So when I started getting that feedback and then I'm submitting my business proposals and we're arguing with prices, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna work with you, but like this price is like, you know. So then I started feeling like, okay, that's good. And then I realized too, I was working in lack. Because remember I told you, I started feeling I was lacking. Well, I'm a huge believer in the law of attraction. I'm a huge believer. I don't care what anybody says, I believe. So when I moved back to Nigeria, I was so happy that I feel like I let go of a lot of practices that I was really doing before I moved back. So for example, practice, I would wake up and I would thank God for every single thing I would do. Like the first year of me moving back, I absolutely did that, but then I kind of drifted away from doing that. So I'm back to doing that. And two, I realized I wasn't, when I talked to a friend who also believes in law of attraction, and he repeated back what I was saying. He's like, you're acting in scarcity mode, right? And it's true. So I guess my question for you guys is, have you had to do a mindset shift in order to change your mind and change your energy and change the things that you're attracting to you, right? Because I'm a huge believer of law of attraction. I believe the energy that you're resonating at really can attract opportunities at that same energy. So if I want these high energy opportunities, then I need to expel more high energy and go after it and really be serious about it, right? I cannot have these low energy, this self-doubt. I can't have it. I ripped it out of me. So here's the thing about Nigeria. Nigeria is a very unstable place, right? Let's be real. It's unstable. Things happen all the time. You're like the Naira, it fluctuates like daily. Like it's an unstable place. So me, like living in an unstable country, and then two, being an entrepreneur in an unstable country, it's bad. Because I started feeling like, oh, let me live underneath my means all the time, which means that I wasn't able to spend the money that I needed to spend to get to the next level. I wasn't able to spend the money that I needed to spend to live in the right location, go to the right parties and connections, meetings, go to, fly around to do what I need to do, like to pitch myself, to talk about Iveoma Media around Nigeria, right? So I wasn't able to do that mentally because I felt like, well, like, how can I spend that money now? It doesn't make sense because, look at the country, like for me to be spending this money with no guarantee of I'm gonna get it back. And then even like, but here's the thing, you need to spend money to make money. And because I was acting in that scarcity mode, my mindset, well, again, I told you, my whole mindset this past year was kind of messed up. So my mindset was off. And I was working in scarcity mode. I was like, oh, no. So here's the thing, because I was contracting myself, because I was making myself smaller by not spending the money I need to spend to get to where I need to be, like everything became smaller around me, if that makes any sense. Like, I wasn't expanding, I wasn't growing, I wasn't doing what I needed to do to get to the next level. And so once I started doing that, things started changing, like period, point blank. So when I accepted it and I realized I was working in this lack, then things started again shifting for me. So I'm really happy that I realized, and I had this, amazing friends around me who told me like, look, listen, your mindset is messed up. So then also Lagos. So I actually hate Lagos. I think there's a love and hate of Lagos. And the thing is, it's not just Lagos. When I was in the States, I worked in New York, but I would never live there. I never desired. I would never live in New York. So I don't know why I didn't apply that same thinking to Nigeria. Like, bruh, you don't need to live here. So I think for me, anytime I've gone to any other city outside of Lagos, I loved it. Owerri, loved. Enugu. Enugu is my down right now because I haven't been to too many Nigerian cities, but Enugu is my favorite Nigerian city. Abeokuta is clean, it's chill, it's nice. Like, I like it. I like Abeokuta. You know what I'm saying? Like, so all of these cities that I visited, Uyo, very lovely place. So when I realized that, honestly, Lagos is one of my problems, right? I just don't like living here. I like Lagos on one hand because it's more fun. There's always stuff to do, always a party, always. But you know, like, on the other hand, I actually hate it, right? So for example, from where I was, like, this traffic, and I know people talk about the traffic, but there's something soul sucking about driving in traffic and knowing that you're gonna drive for 7-8 hours that day, knowing you will. So, you know, like, there was one day, 2 weeks straight, I drove out, and each day it took me 4 hours. Like, I drove morning and night, 4 hours. What are we talking about? Where am I going? I'm not going nowhere. Why is it taking me 4 hours each day just driving? That stuff is exhausting after some point, you know, and I did it like 14 days straight, you know, so I was actually exhausted. I was exhausted, and I was exhausted because of the driving. So, and even if I got a driver, I was thinking like, okay, maybe get a driver. I would still be annoyed. Why am I in traffic for this long? So I'm thinking about moving to Abuja. I went to Abuja recently, I stayed there, and then I literally was forced to come back to Lagos to do something. So that's the only reason I'm here. But man, I love Abuja. I love it. I love it. Chill vibes. You know, when I first went to Abuja, I thought it was really, really dull. But then it's because I didn't know anybody, right? Your experience in Nigeria, to be honest, it's based on your network or your connections. Which leads me into the next point. My network and connections are poor, right? Here's the thing. To me, even when I was spiraling, I always gave myself credit for what I've done. Because I moved back to Nigeria by myself. I moved back to Lagos, a city that I've never spent more than 2-3 days in, by myself, alone, with no connections. And I think I've done pretty good. Even when I was doing the negative spiral of things I regret, I never regretted this. And I am proud of myself. But now it's time to get to the network and connections I need to make my dreams come true. And for example, like, I should know a lot of photographers and videographers, right? I really should, but I don't. I don't really know that many creatives in Lagos at all, or in Nigeria in general, but especially in Lagos, you know, I don't know anybody. So I'm gonna work on that. I'm not only gonna work on, of course, knowing media people, but also just people in general. This next year, I wanna do an amazing job with Iveoma Media. My investment strategy is like on it. I want to do an amazing job, and I need to have a better network and better connections to do that amazing job. It's time for me to step it up, but I need those networking connections. So now I'm being really deliberate about it, because people always talk about, oh, I know who, I know this person, I know that person. Who cares? That person should know you. So when somebody asks that person about you, that you've been claiming that you know, they'll say, oh yeah, I know Iveoma. You know what I'm saying? I need that. So I'm gonna work on that actively. And then, I think that's it. Oh, no, life. The first 2 years of me living in Nigeria, I think was for me to see if I wanted to live in Nigeria. Like, this is my life. I'm living in Nigeria. There's no change. I'm not moving anywhere. So now I need to build a life out here. I need to have hobbies. I need to do fun things. I need to have a routine, right? Like, even my church, I haven't chosen a church up to now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been bouncing around. I want to choose a church. I want to get to know people in that church and build relationships there. I need to build roots. So now that I've decided, like, oh yeah, I'm not moving to the US at any point in time. It is what it is. I live in Nigeria. It's time for me to build roots and connections in a life. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, routine, a life routine. I don't know how to describe it. Like, I need that. I really do. Actually, I feel like that's really, really important to me, and how I want to live. I want my hobbies. So if I'm in Abuja, I want to join like a hiking club or a kayak club. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to start doing these things. It's time. I feel like, oh, add so much to my life. Just being part of a community. Man, I really need that. Okay. But yeah, I definitely apologize for being absent for so long. It's really inexcusable, but I was tired. I don't tire. My head don't scatter. Like, I was tired. You know what I'm saying? I was really tired, and I had to make a decision. Like, this back and forth I was doing for months was just endless and just draining even more, you know? I had to make a decision to stop and just focus on, write down the issues that were going on in my life and just figure out how I can fix it. So yeah, man, so fingers crossed. I'm gonna move to Abuja next couple of months. All I'm doing right now is grinding, saving up for rent, because Abuja is 2 years. Well, from what I heard, and comment below, tell me if I'm right, tell me if I'm wrong. A lot of what I've heard about Abuja is they want to rent 2 years in advance. You can find a 1 year in advance, but it's like a little bit more challenging. So yeah, that's what I heard. And yeah, so that's what I heard. And so I'm gonna go out there and look for places and see the areas that I want to live, like the districts. You know, Abuja is broken down into districts, and the districts I want to live and what I'm actually gonna do. So I feel like it'd be really good for my quality of life to live in another city, because I hate Lagos. I could just tell you guys, like, oh, I hate Lagos, you know. So yeah, there's parts of Lagos I absolutely love, like the party scene, the networking, I mean, every single day there's always, if you leave your house, there's always something to do, right? There's always something to do, and there's a lot of people watching to be had. But man, there's too many people here. The traffic is it's getting too much. Because before, I would leave my house and I would just be like, okay, it's gonna take me 3 hours to get to my location. Now it's edging to 4, and there's something about driving for 4 hours that makes me feel like, where am I going? Why am I driving? Why don't I have a driver? Even if I had a driver, he would be driving for 3 hours and I'll still be in the car. So anyway, I just want to assure you, I'm coming back. I'm back. I'm serious. I'm going to produce the best content to date this coming year. I really believe in this investing in Nigeria route. The people I've been able to meet, the people who also believe in investing in Nigeria. It's so many. I don't need to appeal to a large audience, right? But I just want to talk about this one thing and just do it extremely well and get Nigerian businesses investment. And that will be my legacy. That is what I want to be known for. And that is what I want to do, period. And just build a wonderful life for myself as well. So yeah, now I'm back. So I'm excited. I'm excited for this new upcoming year. I'm excited for things I'm about to do, and experience, and the people that I'm gonna meet, the wonderful people I'm gonna meet. So yes, anyway, bye now. Iveoma Media, the platform that uncovers investment opportunities in Nigeria, is back.